Hello! Right, we're back. We got the sword. Now we need to put it in the game and we need to make it so that we press a button, it shows up, it hits an enemy, and the enemy goes poof, right? So, add an object, sprite. It's going to be the same as we're doing with our characters and enemies. I'm going to import and select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press enter. And yes, you can bring the image onto the folder. We're gonna go on Piscal to begin with. We're gonna do the same thing you always do, which is go here. Uh, Everything selected. Yes, change to 9, 6. Press enter. Save. And now we got a big boy sword. It's a big one. And we're gonna change the animation to attack. And the name to little sword. And that's about it. We press OK or apply. And there we go. That's our little sword. So now we need to make it show up in the game and then hit an enemy. So we gotta go to our events. So we have these ones that we're gonna distinguish. We're gonna call it moving. Moving. And close. And now we're gonna copy paste the new one. Oh, pardon me. Copy paste. I'm gonna call this one player controls attacking. Right? Now we're gonna start some new events. I just clicked it, pressed Shift A. Or you can just click down here, start a new event. And then we're gonna drag it. Oh my god. Drag it. Drag. Oh, come on. There we go. We put it under the label, right? So we keep everything nice and tidy. So, add a condition. To begin with, what do we need to do? We want to make it so that when we push a button, the thing shows up, right? So when key pressed. Okay. When the key is pressed, which key? Well, put your hand over the keyboard and the space button jumps, right? So see what's more comfortable. In my case, I'm like, if my thumb's on space, then the D key is a good one for attacking. So I'm going to put D. And okay. All right. So when the D key is pressed, and we only want to attack once when we press the button. So we're going to put the trigger once here. Trigger once. And okay. And remember, like GDevelop runs everything from top to bottom, and he runs everything 60 times per second. So if you don't have the trigger once and you push the button, for as long as the button's pushed, it's gonna do 60 attacks a second. We don't want that. That's too fast. That's faster than a machine gun. You know, our little knight's like a good strong boy, but that's too much. Right. Add the action. So we want to create something in the game. So as usual, we're gonna use create object and create an object. Which object do you want to create? I want to create the little sword and little sword. Now, here's the thing. Which position do you want to use? Okay, let's use the little knights. Little knight. That. X. That's how you do positions. And then for the Y position, you first say the name of the object. So little knight. Be sure you're typing it right. And then dot, and then the coordinate, which would be y. And then close, open, and close parenthesis. And then the layer, this is fine, base layer, which is the drop the base layer. Okay, so let's see what happens. Preview. Push the button. Uh-oh. So, two things wrong. One, we push the button. The sword appears. It doesn't disappear. Two, it doesn't matter which way we're facing. The sword always appears facing one direction. And I don't mean the bend. And three, it's not going away. It's staying forever. Right? So, let's get rid of it. Let's fix it. Well, there's a couple. Well, I'll fix that later. First of all, make sure the animation isn't looping. I forgot to tell you that part. So, honestly, let's do it right now. I feel like we skipped a step. So we're going to go to little sword, and we're going to fix the animation first. So we don't want it to loop, right? If you have this on loop, it's going to loop all the time, and we don't want that. We want to use once, and then it's gone. And I'll show you how to do that. But we're going to loop it just so we can preview it. So preview. Oh my god, it's so big. You can go up here and make it smaller. It's like, oh my god, there is so many pixels in my face. And now there's not. So it's too slow for my taste. So it's the bottom one, I think. Let's make it a bit faster. Yeah, that's fast. It's choo, 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 right? That's good. So press OK. And take the loop away. Don't forget that. This is very important. We don't want this to loop. And press apply. Oh, and since we're there, we're going to change the points of the sword, right? So we can make it appear where we want it to appear. So edit points. And if you see, this is the origin point. This is where the sword starts being created, right? So the point was up here. That's why it showed up on top of our knight and then came down, right? Because it started here in the corner. And this square is exactly the same size as the square of our knight. And he has an origin point as well, which is this one, which is the one we were referring to. Right? That's why they're overlapping and they're being created on top of each other. So, how do we make it so that it doesn't do that? So that it appears properly? Well, first of all, I don't want the sword to be created from here, from this corner. I want it to be created from down here, somewhere in the middle, right? So I'm going to change the origin point. Actually, I could drag it. I could do like this and just put it there. But since I actually know the sizes, the size of the box, I can be more precise. I can go here, origin point, X, I want it to be 0 because I want it to be on the line. And then the Y, oh god. What is 96 divided by 2? So 90 is 45. Then plus 3. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 48? 48? I think that's right. I'm sorry. I'm very bad at math. It's a natural issue. Natural? Oh my god, I forgot words again. Anyways. I think that's fine. Right. Natural. There we go. I know how to speak. And apply. And so we got the point. Now we got everything sorted there. Let's go back here. Right. So we need to make a distinction. Because we need to make it so that when the sword is created, we want to create if we're not flipped, for the sword to not be flipped. And if we are flipped, we're facing this direction, we want the sword to be facing this direction as well. So we're going to have to make 2 of these, right? We're going to add another condition. And we're going to check if we're flipped. So flip. So horizontally flipped. And we're going to check if our little knight, oh my god, little knight. We're going to check if he's horizontally flipped or not. Let's say he's not. Okay. Actually, I like doing it here. So select the thing and then press F. There you go. If he's not flipped, we're going to do the normal one. And we change the point. So it's going to be created from the point, but it's still going to be created on top of the knight. And we don't want that. So we're actually going to change the coordinates of where it is created. And we're going to add center X. So it's going to be created in the center of the, from the center of our knight. And then this is the X. So the X coordinate is this, the horizontal, right? And it's plus numbers, adding numbers goes here, subtracting numbers or minus goes there, right? Makes it move backwards. So we're in the center. So imagine there's the knight here. We created the sword at the center of the knight. How do we make the sword not be on top of him and a little bit forward? We're going to add plus. And now remember, each block is 96 pixels, right? Because we made it 96 by 96. So we're going to add 96. And the Y, we're going to make it center as well. So center Y. Just like that. So now we should make a sword in front of us. Gonna press the button. Ta-da! Hey, it works. Actually, it's a bit further ahead than it should. Huh. And if we're not flipped, and I'm pressing the button, it doesn't happen because we made a condition that only for flipped does it do that. Okay, maybe we don't need to add the 96. Maybe 96 is too much. Oh yeah, because we changed the origin point of the sword. So let's see what naturally doing this will do. And then we can just adjust little by little. That's not bad. Like, it's a bit on top of the character. Right. Remember? Because we changed the origin point. The origin point is here of the sword. And it's also the center point of my character. Right? So that's why it's being created there. That's not too bad. Like, I want a bit more wiggle room. I don't want it to be too on top of the character. So we're going to go back to the X. And we're going to add, let's say 20. And that's fine. Let's move on. So this is fine. Now we're going to copy paste. Right? Because we need to make one for when he's flipped and one for he's not flipped. So now we're going to do the not flipped one. We're going to select that one. Going to make it so that when the little knight is not flipped, that this one's not flipped, this one is flipped. Right? The red thing, it means inverted. And now we're going to do the opposite. Instead of plus, we're going to do minus 20. Right? Because remember, if he's facing that way, we want to make the sword a little bit further away. If he's facing that way, if we have plus 20, it's going to go backwards, right? So plus is this, minus is this. Okay, good. I know this stuff is like, oh my god, this is so complicated. Please, there's so many letters and X parentheses plus whatever. Oh my god, my brain. Right? Don't worry. I was like a little bit like that as well at the start. I was like, oh my god, what is all this? I'm never gonna remember all of this, right? And then 2 days later of doing this is like, okay, it all makes sense. I always remember these things. So just keep doing it. Just keep doing it little by little. Go back and check, copy paste, write it yourself, and it'll stick, right? Anyway, so minus 20. And now, because we're flipped, we also want to flip the object horizontally. The sword. Little sword. Do. Activate the flipping. Yes. And okay. All right. So now it should work. Press the button. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that's good. So like if we're facing the enemy, we can press the button. Yeah, it's good. And if we're that way, oh god, it's not working properly. Oh my god, why is it not working properly? Huh. I mean, it should work. Why is it making it still in the same place? Is it because we're flipping it? Because we're flipping the sword? So we flip the sword. That doesn't seem right. Am I tripping? Give me a second. Let's do plus 50. Is it because we're flipping then the minus turns to plus? No. I was right to begin with. Does the origin point not flip? I mean, we could fix it like this. We could just do like minus 50 or whatever. And it would work. Well, I mean, we have to put more, but why is this not working? That is the question. So that's the origin point. Okay, let's troubleshoot this. Oh my god, I'm pressing the wrong thing. Go back. Zoom out. Enhance. Okay, so if we're like this, press the button. So that's the origin point of the sword. That's the center. It makes sense. If we're flipped, that's still the center. And if I press the button, I don't get it. Why is it? That should be the origin point there. But it should flip. Why is this weird? Oh my god. Why is this being weird? How did I do it on my other one? And it's good that you're seeing this, because sometimes you have the perfect logic and you're like, oh, why is this not working? So, create the little sword at the position of little knight, center X. Yeah. It makes perfect sense. Hmm. Oh. You know, I know what we're going to do. Okay. So, troubleshooting is what we're going to do. Let's go to the points. Yeah, so the point of origin does not flip. I think that's the thing to take from this. I think it's like points that you create flip. That much is true. Because remember, we did the puffs of smoke when we run? And that point, when your character flips, the point flips as well. But the origin point does not flip. Okay. Everything flips except for the origin point. Okay. I think I had already figured this one. Oh, so hard. I think I had already figured this one out. There we go. When I was working on my other project. And it blew my mind. It's like, oh my God. So everything flips except this one point. My God. But to fix this, we're going to make the origin smack in the middle. And so that's 48 by 48. And we're going to make him right there in the middle. Okay. Close. Apply. That's what was happening. Oh my God. It's like, why does everything flip except that one point? It makes my brain was like, this should work. Why is this not working? It's like, oh yeah, it's because yeah, I did that thing. So, anyways, so now this should work. So we're gonna make everything the same, plus 20 minus 20. So now this should all work. Watch it not work and drive me crazy. Okay, press it. Okay, gonna press it. Okay. Yes, it is the same. So now we just need to increase. Well, first of all, well, so we adjust this properly. We're going to add one more event. And the condition is going to be animation is finished. And it shows up animation finished. The object is going to be little sword. Okay. So when the animation is finished of little sword, oh my God, there we go. The animation is finished of little sword is finished. Whatever, it's backwards. Then we're gonna add the action delete object. Now it shows up there, the cross. And we're gonna make it little sword. Little sword. Sometimes this shows up, sometimes it does not. It is fine. Okay. Alright. So now let's do a little adjustment. So this was 2 on top of our character. So let's make 50. And this one minus 50. And we're going to leave the Y's alone. Because the Y is up and down. And that one's fine. Now if you go in the game, press the button. There we go. So I think this is a good... Is it good? So like, maybe a little bit more? Maybe a little bit less. So now this is balancing, game balancing. So do you want to be like almost on top of the character to hit him? Like do, and then he dies. It's a bit too close, right? So let's make it a bit more. A little bit. Let's make it, let's give it another 20. 65. Let's make it 65. Do. 65. And okay, this is good. This works. So it's like if the character, if he's getting close, it's like do, and then he dies. And when we jump here, it's like do, right? Do. It's a bit close. Do, right? I think it works. I think this works. We'll try it. If we don't like it, if you think it's the game's too hard, we can always make it a bit further. But for now, it works, right? So now to finish this off, because this episode's getting big, because this stuff takes time, right? We need to hit the enemies and make the enemies go poof, right? And disappear. So let's add. Oh my god, the bike! It is back. She returns. Gonna add another group, and we're gonna make it enemies. This is where we're gonna put enemy stuff. Enemies. There we go. Gonna add one more event. Gonna put it underneath. And add an event. So, how do we hit an enemy? It's quite simple. When this thing collides with a different thing, when it's in collision, right? So let's type collision. Collision. It has two L's. Collision. Right? General objects collision. And then, see, test the collision between two objects using their collision masks. You know, the yellowish blocks. I'll show that later again. But for now, the object is going to be the little sword. Little sword. Against the green slime. Okay. And if it's in collision, so it checks. Like if little sword is in collision with green slime, then the action is going to be delete object. Delete the object. Green slime. Green slime. And to make it more convincing, we're going to add another action. And we're going to make it play a sound. Play a sound. And choose the sound. We're going to go on JFXR. Oh my god. It's like, what the hell was that? Also, these ones don't take any space, right? But I don't know, they pile up. So let's just get rid of all the presets that we already generated. Oh my god. So let's do a hurt. Because it's easier, right? To go through just a handful. Nah. No. No. Nope. I kind of like that one. I like this one. It's 8-bit. And it sounds cool. But it's loud. And usually when the sounds are really loud, they don't sound as good. Yeah. So we're going to save it. We're going to use this one. Oh god, I didn't change the name. Let's edit. Overwrite. I can't overwrite the name? Why not? That's lame. Or whatever. So it's gonna stay like that. Actually, no. Press new. No. We're gonna make this hurt. Why can't I edit the name? That is so lame. Save. We can always get rid of the other one. So repeat the sound. No. Volume, we're gonna make it like 20, so it's actually bearable. And the pitch, 1. So it's normal pitch. And we're gonna do okay. And now we're gonna copy paste And we're gonna do the same thing where it says green slime. We're gonna make red wizard. Red wizard. And if it's in collision with red wizard, then delete the red wizard. You're no longer a wizard, Harry. You're gone. Okay. So let's see if this works. Preview. All right, so we're playing our game. We just got here and they're like, oh my god, there's a green slime. Hey! Do. Let's go here. Oh no, there's a wizard. And he's gone. Woohoo! I am the strongest. See? It works. But we need to make our hilt a bit different. Because the black hilt kind of like disappears when we're black on black, right? Actually, you can do something kind of cool. Let's see if it works. First of all, let's save. All right, this is going to be the last thing before we call it quits. And move on. I mean, not this isn't the game doesn't end here. We're going to add more. I mean for this episode. So we're going to go to our little sword and we're going to go to there's variables and then there is effects. There we go, effects. And we're going to add an effect. And it adds the standard effect it adds is an outline. But we do not want the outline. Let's give it a glow. Glow. There you go. And we're going to leave everything like so it's white. All of this is fine. We don't need to change anything. We just need to make it glow. So let's see the difference. There you go. Now it looks like a ghosty sword. That is cool, right? Oh, come on, admit it. That is so cool. It looks like you're using a ghosty sword. You're like, oh, look at my sword. My sword is amazing. Take it. Be gone. Be gone, evildoer. Look at my sword. My sword of justice. Okay, that was cool, right? So we're gonna apply. And I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna copy, paste, and paste. And the wizard, copy, and paste. There you go. It's like, oh my god, I am surrounded. But it's okay. My sword of justice. There you go. You take it. You take it too. Aha. Oh no. There we go. That one was too strong. He dodged. He dodged my missing attack. I got that one and oh no. Let's see if I get him. Hiya! Oh, good. No. That one's too strong as well. There we go. I'm such a moron. Right, but this is cool, right? So we got a cool sword. We have a sword attack. It does damage. Okay. Can we give it a sound? Oh my god, just one more thing. I know this video is getting long, but it's okay. It is okay. We're gonna give it a sound. It's probably not gonna go well. So we're gonna close enemies. Player controls attacking. Add an event. Add an action. Play sound. Play sound. Also, you know you're doing good. Oh my god, my voice is clipping. You know you're doing good when you're having fun. Create with JFXR. If you're making... Oh god. I regret it already. That was so loud. If you're making even the simplest game and you're having fun, like you're playtesting and it's kind of fun, you know, you're doing good. So there is no whoosh 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 whoosh, right? but there is like laser sounds. Oh god, this is gonna be loud. I'm gonna lower my volume. eh, no, no. Oh god, can we not make a good like sword sound? I like that one. It's number 12. I'm gonna delete all of these, and I'm gonna keep number 12. So let's move on. No, that one's good as well. Dope. Uh, that one's nice. That one's nice and sweet. 25. That is a winner. 25. I'm not even gonna go any further. It's a laser sound. I know it's weird, but yeah, you're weird. Okay. Let me turn my sound up so I can actually hear myself. I know it's so self-centered. Uh, magic sword. So we're gonna call this magic sword. It is okay. It is not a laser. It is magic sword. Okay, 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 okay. And we're gonna make the volume 20 so it's bearable. Actually, it wasn't even that loud. So let's make, I don't know, 30. I'm gonna regret this. And let's do the random in range thing. So let's type in random in range. It's gonna show up here as well. So you just click it, it finishes for you. And we're gonna make between 1 and 2. 1, comma, 2. So it's gonna pick either 1 or 2 in pitch. And press OK. And let's see. That's okay. Oh, we didn't change that one. Okay, it's a bit dumb. The sound is a bit dumb. We can always go back and make it better. Okay, we can use different sounds. But I'm not gonna spend like half an hour looking for a decent sound. I mean, I can just use one from my library. But yeah, we want to try and stick to GDevelop. So I'm just gonna copy paste the sound thing. All right, so now it's gonna make a sound both ways. So take it. Oh, take it. And oh, I gotcha. Okay, I'll try and look for a better sound on JFXR. But yeah, that'll be it for today. We did a lot. Come on, we did a whole bunch. So we have the beginnings of a game. So let's roll with it. See what else we can do next time. Okay, till then, peace out. I hope you liked this one. Leave me a comment, message on the forums. If you watched until the end, leave a comment saying, I watched the whole thing, whatever. Subscribe, leave a like, do the YouTube stuff. All right. Catch you guys next time. Peace out.